Hey, so am I more smooth now, or? I don't know what was going on with the other one. I'm just gonna put on some royalty-free music because I don't know if that was someone trying to strike it or what. So. Let me know if it starts messing up again. And hopefully we won't run into any more problems. Oop, wrong way. There we go. Okay. Hey, is it looking any better? Hopefully this is gonna be a bit smoother. We just I just restarted the stream. I was getting a bunch of alert messages about it slowing down and stuff. Okay, so seems like so far so good. So that's good. I was gonna wait for a few more people to come in and see how it does when it's a little more busy, I guess. That sucked. Yeah, I'm getting more alerts again. Is it slowing down for everybody? No? Okay, good. Alright. Well, let's try this again and see if it works okay. So, how's everyone doing tonight? I was going to answer some more questions, but I want to wait for some more people to get in the chat. I don't know how many people are in right now. Let me see. Yeah. We'll wait just a little bit. Okay, good. Let's hope it doesn't happen again. I'm glad to hear, Ryan. Thank you for stopping by the way. I really appreciate that. Let me look at some Earthworm. By the way, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Using a reference is never a bad thing. Always use references. It's not a bad thing at all. Like even the most experienced artists will use references. So whoa, I kind of freaked out a little bit. You look a lot like a certain Kirk brother. Like, you talking about Captain Kirk? Because I don't know. I didn't really watch Star Trek. Did you have any brothers? Excuse me. I'm sorry, I burped. Drawing Earthworm Jim from memory, dude, that's gonna be a nightmare. I'm terrible at drawing like established characters from memory. Like I'll think about how they look, and I'm like, okay, that's how they look. Then I really start trying to draw it, and all these details that are like super important just disappear. I could try it though. It could be, I don't know, it could be funny. I love how uneasy and on edge I feel when I watch your SpongeBob parodies. Just wanted to ask, was there anything major inspiration-wise for those tunes? My inspiration for a lot of my cartoons is a lot of people think I take my inspiration from Meat Canyon. That's not necessarily the case. I take my inspirations from like those like 2006, 2007 like old Newgrounds cartoons. You guys ever watch those? We talked about this on the last stream a little bit, how Newgrounds is still a thing, but unfortunately not as big as the things it should be. But back then, like cartoons were way more like, I guess, like edgy, you know? And like they did a lot more parodies with like kids' cartoons and stuff, so yeah. That's where I take my inspiration from though. Like Eagle Raptor and Stamper and Oni G, if you guys remember him. Yeah, edgy's not a bad thing necessarily. It can get too much. Yeah, old Flash cartoons. That's what I like. I remember people growing up with them. I grew up with them. Me and my friends loved watching that stuff. I just like to, if I could, recreate that feeling again, you know? I guess I just pine for nostalgia. You could be a lot more blunt on Newgrounds. This is true. I don't know. I might start uploading Newgrounds again in the future. I had a channel on there, but I don't know. Even the good cartoons don't do very well. Like even on the front page, like, and this has been months since I checked, but I saw like one of their cartoons on their front page got like less than 10,000 views, and I was like, I don't know if it's worth putting all that effort into making a cartoon and not having it pay off that well. But you know, risk and reward, I get the whole thing. I'm working on animation right now while listening to this. Love your work, dude. Oh, cool, man. I love people, and I feel like animation's coming back. For the longest time, I felt like it was just like video games took over. Like everyone was just streaming like how to play, or those playthroughs, you know, or how-tos or whatever. And they're all the same. It'd always be like a thumbnail with a guy going and a bunch of like like photoshopped images in, you know. And I don't know. It all felt the same. It felt very samey. I didn't really care for it. Newgrounds kind of dead. Yeah, Newgrounds is a little dead, unfortunately. Maybe, I mean, they might make a comeback. I know for like a little bit they kind of did. But overall, I don't see that happening. Well, I love making cartoons, but I love making cartoons that are also seen by as many people as possible. So I guess that's kind of counterintuitive for me to say not put it on Newgrounds. So, like, again, I've thought about it before, and it's very possible I might go back to it. So, the Storytime YouTubers, the ones that like they make like animations for like some random story. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, I had music on. Hey, let me turn this music back on. Was it on for everyone? Can everyone still hear it? For some reason it turned off for me for a second. Dad and Me? I don't really remember that one. How long did it take? Hang on a second. What am I doing? How long did the SpongeBob parodies take to make? They about 3 weeks altogether. But like that's like 3 weeks of like doing just that. Like I work at my other job full time. Then I come home and I animate and I eat and I go to sleep. When it comes to like animating, that's usually my life. I'd like to be able to get to the point where I don't have to work a full-time job and I can just do it all, spend all my time animating so I could put more and better animations out on my channel. That's the dream. Earthworm Jim is really cool. Do you guys remember they made an Earthworm Jim cartoon a little bit? For a little bit. It was voiced by the guy who voiced Homer. And, I don't know. It was okay. It kind of missed, like, the energy. Like, the energy of Earthworm Jim to me always felt really kind of chaotic, you know? Like, you're missing, like, the whole, like, groovy! I don't know, it just didn't have the same feel to me. Maybe I'm a minority on there. Maybe you guys may not even know about that show at all. Dark Matter 2525. I've seen a couple of his things. Doesn't he do mainly like religious stuff, or am I thinking of someone else entirely? Because I remember watching something about like atheism or something, and he had, I think, Matt Dillahunty on at one point, or I might be remembering someone else. I don't know. Thank you, Neezer. Neezer? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. But I really appreciate that. I really like when people give me those boosts of confidence. I definitely like that. Yeah, it's fine. I'm kind of doing my own take on Earthworm Jim. I didn't want to make him just like exactly like the cartoon that I'm trying to draw up there. I like to kind of put my own spin on it. So it's not like, oh, he drew something that someone else pretty much already drew, you know? So if you can make it your own, I think that always makes it way better. That's one of the reasons, like, when you go to cons and you see, like, people who draw, like, other characters and stuff, like Batman or whatever, but they draw them just like someone else. There's no real reason to buy the art, because, like, you're buying art that's already been made, if that makes any sense. What animation am I mostly proud of? Ooh, that one's hard. Because I hate them all. No, I'm joking. I really liked probably SpongeBob. Honestly, the first SpongeBob I did. Because for one, that's the one that really, I think, gave me the boost that I have now. And also, I think the jokes really hit on that one. Like, most of that skit was ad-libbed. So, I guess I'd say that one. Because of all the success it garnered and how people had my name on their lips after that, so. I was adding a shadow right here. Anti-religious animations as well as occasional alt-right wing. Anti-right wing. I said alt-right wing. Alright, Chelsea. Appreciate you stopping by. Have a good night. Yeah, that's... okay, so Antimatter is that guy I was thinking of. Yeah, I've watched his stuff. He's pretty good. Draw Earthworm Jim naked. I don't know if I could do that on... I don't know if I can do that on YouTube. I do have a Patreon, though, where I draw more, like, lewd stuff. Not, like, super hardcore stuff, but, like, if you want to see a nipple, you know, you might see a nipple or a butt. Someone told me just to do NSA, like, not safe for work art. But, I don't know. I feel like I would be selling myself short if I just did just that. Like, I'd be appealing, you know, to an audience that I don't necessarily want to appeal to. I want people to watch my stuff because I think it's funny and neat and creepy and just gross, you know, instead of just like, ooh, sexy. Which, to be fair, some of my stuff I do put out there to be like, you know, for instance, Dexter's mom. I was like, you know, kind of over sexualizing his mom in that one. Oops. But come on, she was over. She did it to herself. Like not to herself. She was drawn like that. So I will go to Twitch eventually. I'm still getting used to doing just the streams on YouTube. This is only my second one. Third if you want to count the fact that I had to stop my other one earlier tonight. But I do plan on going there and trying to garner a bigger audience there too. So yeah, just be unique. I feel bad for artists who have to draw. I do too, honestly. Because I've heard horror stories about people who like get commissioned like the worst stuff. And they're like, I just don't feel right drawing this kind of stuff, man. And I can understand where they're coming from. I can understand why they would do it, because it's so hard to get really noticed unless you're like trying to draw everything just like super sexualized. Which I'm not shaming anyone who does do that and likes it, you know. But not everyone wants to do that. So it's just there's a struggle there, you know. What about Dexter's dad? He's the Muffin King. That's all I need to say about that. If you don't know what that means, then watch my Dexter cartoon. Which cartoon character do you think is the hottest? Johnny Bravo. He was just everything. He had the hair, he had the muscles, he had the attitude. He kind of talked like Elvis. I don't know. He was a creep though. Alvin and the Chipmunks? Maybe. It's on the table. Are you the same person who asked earlier? Because I feel like this has been asked like 3 or 4 times. Entering that prison. Tutorial videos? Yeah. I've thought about doing it before. I don't know how informative I would be because I'm still learning, I think, sometimes, you know? So I feel like I'd give out the wrong information. I don't think I'm as good. I don't think I'm good enough to be like, okay, here's how we do everything. Because I feel like I'm very inconsistent and stuff. So I don't want to give people the wrong information and then they go out and try to do the same thing I do and I teach them the wrong way or I forget to mention something, you know, then it ends up being just a disaster. But it's on the table, but not in the near future. The V tape about it, yeah, that's what everyone liked. He was a hunk. The Chowder video, I really like the Chowder video too. And about that one, I've never tried to do their voices before on any of the Chowder videos, or any of the Chowder characters. And I was surprised how much I could do, at least Mung. I think I sound like him at least. Did you guys ever see Chowder, like the actual cartoon? Regular show? Yeah, regular show was great. I would definitely at least, consider doing that. I'm just going to do some shading real quick, guys. Chowder ended too soon, guys. Like, I don't know. I felt like it was underappreciated for its time. And obviously the star of the show was Mung, the chef. Hell yes, that was one of the good. So many ones, early 2000 and mid 2000s. So you probably watched the Misadventures of Flapjack, I assume, which is another great one. That show was creepy, but I loved it. You're legit one of the best animators on YouTube, specifically animations, creepy/edgy parodies. It'd be great if you can make a beginner's guide. I will consider it, dang too. I really will. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Yeah, that was good. I don't know if you watched my last stream or not, but I drew him on that one. Let's see. What did you think of the finale? Did you think Chowder ended on a high note? That was the one where he ended up like marrying Panini, isn't it? Or am I remembering a different episode? Let me know if that's the episode you're talking about. So I can't really remember 100% if that was it. How long have I been animating? My first animation, I think I started doing about 10 years ago. And it was just so bad. But I loved doing it when I first started doing it, so I just kept with it, you know? Come on. But like the first animation, if I can ever find it, I'll try to share that with you guys. Because it was pretty funny. Oh my god. Oh, wrong. I'm switching my brushes up. Whoops. He grew up Mary Penny. Yeah, okay, yeah. So that I am remembering the same episode then. Yeah, I think it ended up on a decently high note for him. I mean, what else could you ask for at the end of it? I guess you know, him being a successful chef and all that stuff. It kind of the show was kind of leading up to that, I suppose. Let's see, how many people do you work with to make your cartoons, excluding voice guest actors? 0. I do all the work myself, and it's a lot of work. But I'd like to eventually branch out and try to work with other people, you know, because there's way more talented people out there than me. I'd love to have them be able to help me, you know. Was that the episode where they broke the fourth wall? Because I remember that's the episode where they ran out of money, right? They do like a car wash or something, I think. What program do you use for animating? I use Toon Boom Harmony, and it's like $15 a month, I think, to maintain a license for it. And it's actually the same one I talked about this earlier. The program I use is the same one they use on Rick and Morty, so it's legit. It's all legit. What's your favorite movie? Jurassic Park. It's simple as that. I can watch that movie at any time. And oops, that is way too dark. What am I doing? That's too light. I'm finding the middle ground here, guys. Don't worry. There we go. That looks about presentable enough. We're getting choppy again. Is that just for Victor, or is there everyone else getting choppy? Uh-oh, it sounds like we might be getting choppy again. If it's starting to get choppy for you guys, try to refresh it and see if that works. Because it did this. This is the second time I've tried to stream tonight, and I did it last time, and people said that refreshing it seemed to help. So, early animators use Adobe Flash. Yeah, that's the first animation. That's the first program I actually used. Was Flash, like CS3, I think. Super useful, and there's tons of tutorials out there to show you how to use it too. I should probably make this a little bit darker. This is how I draw, by the way, when I'm by myself too. I'm very weird and with colors and stuff. What other softwares would you recommend for a beginner? Probably, honestly, or even Toon Boom. Toon Boom is really user friendly, especially beginner friendly. They even do a free tutorial. We can use it for like I think 2 weeks. I don't know. They might have changed since I last used it. And there's tons of tutorials. There's a huge community for it. So I would recommend checking out their website and downloading the free tutorial. I mean, the free trial. Let's see. Jurassic Park Party was the first video I saw for you. Cool. Yeah, that one, I actually, it's pretty funny with that one. The beginning intro, like the beginning audio for that was like 2-year-old, was like 2-year-old audio that I recorded with a friend of mine. And we just forgot it even existed. And one day I was looking through my files and was deleting some old stuff, clearing up some space. And I was like, what is this Jurassic Park thing in here? And I listened to it again, I was like, oh yeah! So I just went back onto it. And, well, you saw what happened. Teacher's Pet parody? I don't think I've seen Teacher's Pet. Whoops. What was Teacher's Pet? What was that on? For some reason, it sounds like something that'd be on Disney. Was it on Disney? What's wrong, DankCube? I see that frowny face. We don't want. What's up? By the way, if you want to use this, the program I'm using now is, as you can, I don't know if you can see it now, but it's Clip Studio Paint Pro. It's a lot like Photoshop, but way cheaper and way more user friendly. So if you guys are looking for like a program to use, if you draw at all, I highly recommend using that. I'm just going to be doing some finishing touches on this one. Some shading and some lighting and stuff on it. We're getting close to being done already, actually. Man, it looks like crap. Whoops, shit. Alright. You guys have any more questions or anything like that for me? So we're going to be wrapping it up pretty soon here in a second, guys. Just going to make his eyes a little pink. Just because. Maybe not that pink. So we can add some glares to it. Just a little bit. Can't really see it that well. Oh well. We know it's there. Do I like Rick and Morty? Yes, I do like Rick and Morty quite a lot, actually. Their stuff is I mean, I know the whole like meme with them being super pretentious was the thing, and how like you know, big brain meme, whatever it was, you know what I'm talking about. You guys know what I'm talking about. But I thought the stuff they do was legitimately clever, like for some of their stories, you know. So yeah, and they just dropped their newest trailer, which sadly I've still not seen. But I plan on seeing it. I've seen every episode up until now. And they're all funny. So did I see that Joe Haver 1 million subscribers video? I have not seen that, but I've seen his stuff before, and that guy blew way up. And I mean, for good reason. His stuff's so funny. Like, it was mainly the cartoon the cartoons that he does, they're not like super. They're not hand drawn cartoons necessarily. I mean, he draws on them, but they're not like. It's hard to explain. You have to check out his cartoons. They're like rotoscoped, almost in a way, you know. But they look like realistic, but they're not at the same time. It's really cool, and the stuff legitimately funny. So, all the props to that guy, man. Do you guys have any more questions about anything? Anything in your minds that you want to talk about? How's the mental health, you know? Anything like that? What if Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park was your roommate? That guy was such a tool in that movie. I feel like if you're on his good side, he'd be pretty cool to have as a roommate. Because he was legitimately smart, you know? He was able to program all that stuff and get to where like Jurassic Park can be ran with like 3 or 4 people or something like that. That's a huge achievement. But at the same time, he's also like super like looking out for himself. So I don't know. I would probably be super annoyed of him at the end of the day. He was also a slob. Like that was like super like pushed in the movie that he was just like, you know, very sluggish, didn't take care of himself or anything like that. So, To your characters, yes. Unless I specifically put like in the title featuring, then I'll put a name. It's all me voicing the characters. Every once in a while, my wife will, but it's like super super rare when she does, and also very obvious when she does because it sounds like a female. I'm gonna do some a bit of cleaning up on this line work. Favorite movie? Well, someone asked this earlier. I look like Jesus. Thanks. I guess I look like the idealized Western European Jesus, the super white one that has blonde hair and blue eyes. But thanks, I guess. I don't know if that was supposed to be a compliment or not. I'll take it as a compliment, though. My favorite movie, Jurassic Park. We talked about this earlier, and early in the stream. I don't know if it was in this one or the one I did before that, but yeah, it's Jurassic Park. I saw it when I was a little kid, and even the animation, the special effects still hold up for being as old as it is. So I don't know, and it's just the soundtrack's so good, the acting's great. Like for instance, when they see the Brachiosaurus for the first time, and the way Dr. Grant reacts to it is like to me. I don't know. It's such a good scene, and that's probably my favorite scene in the entire movie too. And my favorite dinosaur was the T-Rex. What the hell was that? My favorite dinosaur was the T-Rex in that movie too. And that's my favorite scene had nothing to do with the dinosaur or with the T-Rex. So, did you guys like that movie? What's your favorite movies, guys? Any movies that you have that's your favorite that people are like, why is that your favorite movie? So I get kind of quiet when I try to do these little detail things. So if I get a little quiet, I apologize for that. I'm also kind of second guessing doing all these extra shading. I don't want to take away too much from it. Because I think it doesn't look too bad. See how I look in the stream. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. You guys like it all right? Good burger? Oh. There we go. Good Burger was a great movie. Things I didn't really grow up watching too much, like Keenan and Kel or all that. Yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I watched it like about a year ago actually, and it's like it's a cheesy movie. It is obviously, but it's made for kids. But I don't know. There's something, I guess, charming about it. Sexy shading, thank you. A Caillou parody? I'll answer your question in a second, Victor. I'm sorry about that. My lag's been kind of weird tonight. Caillou parody? I've never watched Caillou. I've literally seen like YouTube poops of Caillou, and that's like the most exposure I've ever had to him. He's a little bit past my time. Like when he was introduced, I was already too old to really be into that. But I don't know. There's something there, I guess. I thought about doing something with like Blue's Clues or something, because I used to watch that when I was a little kid. So maybe Caillou. I don't know. I know they did. I want to do something with Peppa Pig, but I don't know. Maybe The Mist, because it took a risk. Dude, the ending to The Mist was crazy. Like I walked out of that movie feeling like I was both like impressed and very and depressed, I guess, because it just the ending of that movie was just. I don't want to ruin it for anyone, just in case you see this very old movie, but I would recommend if you like good endings. Okay, good's subjective, I guess, but if you like endings that are gonna stick with you, I highly recommend checking that movie out. It's got Thomas Jane in it though. Then he played a Punisher. Yeah. Okay, Victor. So your question was, do I voice most of my characters? The answer is yes. Unless I put like someone in the title, like featuring so and so, then it's everyone in the cartoon is voiced by me. Occasionally, my wife will voice a character, but that's like super super rare. But anyways,